Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Shubhayan Chakravarti, and the end of the first ODI here in Dharamshala. India defeated Afghanistan by 7 wickets. It was not exactly a 50-over game, it was a 25-over match thanks to the rain gods and the 12 hour of incessant rain since last evening. But thanks to the sub air drainage system here at the HPCA Stadium in Dharamshala, the ground was made ready within half an hour after the rain stopped completely at around half past 4. So we got a 25 over match. It was a shortened game, but we got plenty of action in this particular game. India are leading 1-0 in this three-match series, and we will talk about the five major highlights from this game. And number one being the player of the match, Captain Shubman Gill. A brilliant 80 unbeaten, 80 odd unbeaten, and he took the Afghanistan bowlers by he just held the game from the very first ball. He attacked he respected the good deliveries, and that is where Shubman Gill's maturity as a batter, as an ODI opener, as a test batter is coming into fruition. After a brilliant 100 in the test match against Afghanistan in Mullapur, he continued that brilliant run of form. He missed out on the century, he remained unbeaten, but he would be happy to take his team home and ensure that India take this 1-0 advantage into this series. Before this game, there was a bit of scrutiny around Shubman Gill's captaincy, his record in the ODI format. But truth to be told, he did not have this format as the number one priority a 6 months or 7 months back because of the T20 World Cup cycle. Now that the T20 World Cup is behind us, the focus is firmly on the 2027 ODI World Cup, and the road has finally begun. So Shubman Gill has started to get into the groove. His planning, his strategy, with along with head coach Gautam Gambhir, will now take place from this series onwards. And you saw the kind of intent the bowlers showed, the batter showed, and that is where I think Shubman Gill's leadership will also grow as series by series. If you talk about his captaincy, he was absolutely spot on with his field placement. That brilliant catch in the first slip to give Harsh Dubey his third wicket, and we'll come to the debutants as well. But Shubman Gill, he was speaking to his the bowlers constantly. He kept a slip whenever bowler was bowling attacking lines and was getting a bit of help from the off the pitch in this a bit of moisture around and bit of dampness on the pitch as well. So Shubman Gill, the captain, was spot on with his tactics. He was brilliant in setting up attacking fields, having regular conversation with the bowlers, and of course the kind of knock he played. 3,000 ODI runs, second fastest in the world after Hashim Amla, and he continues to grow. His stature continues to grow in this particular format. Number 2 point talking point: the two debutants. One, Gurnur Brar. I think if not Shubman Gill, Gurnur Brar was definitely in contention for the player of the match. From the very first ball, he impressed with his pace, with his late swing, and his tall stature, his very sturdy stature as a pace bowler. 6'5" tall, but he bowls very quick. 145, 140. His fastest was 148.2 kph in this particular match. And from the very first over, if you look at how he bowled against the Afghan openers, yes, Rahmanullah Gurbaz was at his best, and we'll talk about Gurbaz as well. But if you talk about the way Gurnur Brar bowled, he was the pick of the bowlers from the Indian camp, and that is for sure. So Gurnur Brar, a fantastic debut. I think fourth best bowling figures by an Indian in the ODI format, and he deserves a good thump on his back after a splendid performance. 3 wickets. Of course, the last two came in the death over in the very final over, but the way he got Ibrahim Zadran out, it was fiery, quick spell from Gurnur Brar. Number two debutant Harsh Dubey comes from with Vidarbh, left arm spinner, but he was mighty impressive with the way he carried himself. It was not an easy day because the way Gurbaz was batting, it took him to the cleaners. 16 runs off his first over, but Shubman Gill continued to give him the ball, and he delivered. Started to deliver 3 wickets on his debut. Yes, he conceded 46-47 runs in his 5 overs, but he ensured that he picks up those wickets. He could have gotten Gurbaz out in his very first over had Ishan Kishan been a tad quicker with his stumping effort. But nonetheless, I think he will cherish this day because of his. He's now an India international player, and of course, a very good debut. A very good debut to his name. Now the number 3 point, and it has to be about Afghanistan opener Rahmanullah Gurbaz. He was mind blowing. As I said, Harsh Dubey could have gotten him out in his very first over had Ishan Kishan been a tad quicker with his stumping, but Gurbaz. the way he took all the bowlers to the cleaners. I think apart from Gurnur Brar, he smashed everyone all around the park. Beat the spinners, Prasidh Krishna, Arshdeep Singh, beat other spinners, Washington Sundar, especially Washington Sundar, Ramanullah Gurbaz was absolutely fantastic. Second fastest half century by an Afghan player in ODI format, and of course the fastest century by an Afghan batter in ODI format. It was his ninth century in this particular format, and Gurbaz he talked about the inputs given by Gautam Gambhir after that test match as well. He said he wanted to have better shot selection, and he went to Gautam Gambhir after the test match, and he talked about his batting form. And both Gambhir and Gurbaz have worked together for Kolkata Knight Riders in the past as well during that title-winning 2024 season for KKR. So Gurbaz was pretty comfortable to go to Gautam Gambhir, and I'm pretty sure those inputs would have helped Gurbaz as claimed by him in the post-match presentation. A fantastic century by him, and he deserves a lot of credit the way he batted and took on the Indian bowlers. And had it not been for Gurbaz, I think it would have been a mere formality for the Indians to wrap up the Afghan batting lineup after finding themselves getting themselves 27 for 3 in just 5 overs. So that was one point. And now let's talk about this particular stadium, HPCA Stadium in Dharamshala. We'll come back to the game a bit later on, but HPCA Stadium in Dharamshala, 12 hours of incessant rain. At one point, at around 4 o'clock, we all thought that this match is going to be washed out. There was no chance that the match was going to happen. But thanks to the severe drainage system, thanks to the effort by the ground staff, they made the ground ready within 30 minutes after the rain stopped, and that is one of the main reasons we could get. Yes, it was a truncated game, but that was one of the main reasons we could get at least some cricketing action there. And I was going around the stadium. They have installed Wi-Fi for every spectator, so it is a spectator friendly ground. You can call it one of the first Indian stadiums as a smart stadium where spectators don't have to worry about their network connection, their call connections, and can enjoy a good game of cricket here in HPCA Stadium in Dharamshala. Now let's come back to cricket. Final few minutes in this video. Now India have their two debutants on card, Gurnur Brar and of course Harsh Dubey. Now the action will move on to Lucknow, and it remains to be seen whether Prince Yadav makes his debut there or not. But it looks pretty tough for Prince Yadav with the kind of debut Gurnur Brar have had in this particular game. But nonetheless, Ishan Kishan, KL Rahul, that was a debate, and that brings us to the final point. Wicket-keeper slot, number 3 slot, number 5 slot, who will bat there? And Ishan Kishan, although KL Rahul was listed at number 3 in this particular game in the team sheet when the team sheet came out, and that surprised us all because Ishan Kishan batted along with the openers Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill yesterday on the eve of the match here at the in Dharamshala Nets. But when the first wicket fell, when Rohit Sharma got out, and we'll come to Rohit Sharma briefly. But when Rohit Sharma got out, it was Ishan Kishan who walked out at number 3. Played a good handy knock of 30, but I expected more from him considering he's you, playing in that vacant spot left by Virat Kohli, who is known for scoring big runs and help India take that victory and take India over that winning line. So Ishan Kishan, although he looked good in that cameo-ish knock that he played of 30 odd runs, he would have expected to at least score half century if not more, and that is where KL Rahul came and finished the game. Shreyas Iyer was extremely scratchy. I think perhaps the worst batter out of all after Sadhullah Atal. The couple of balls he played he looked clueless, but Shreyas Iyer, he was looking a bit he it was a scratchy knock of his bat. 15 balls, 12 runs. Did not find any sort of fluency or rhythm with the bat, but hopefully he'll make a comeback in Lucknow. But KL Rahul came out and played a blistering knock, helped India finish the match and take them over the winning line along with Shubman Gill, who remained unbeaten as well. But Rohit Sharma, he copped a blow. The first legal delivery by Azmatullah Omarzai, straight away a bouncer, a sharp bouncer. Rohit mistimed the pull and the ball hit right on his right wrist, and he looked in good pain. A couple of times physio came out, did some taping as well. Rohit looked pretty good out there in the kind of cameo-ish knock he played, but again with the pain it was not easy, and he would Of course, in Lucknow, he would look to go big and score a big run, big score in Lucknow, because he is under pressure. And it looked clear with the way he was going about his business at the nets, very alone, not many people around him. He was not the typical Rohit Sharma that we know, who mingles along with everyone. Yes, he had his moment in the practice session as well, where he was mingling around with players, but it was not the typical leader Rohit Sharma, the captain Rohit Sharma, the aura he had around him. And with the bat also, a few good shots, a couple of good back foot punches, a cover drive, a pull shot. But overall, that run out, I don't know whom to blame. Of course, it was Shubman Gill who was caught ball watching. But Rohit Sharma will, when he lands in Lucknow, he would be eager to score a big run. But right now, these were the 5-6 major talking points from this match. India now leads 1-0 in this series. They will look to wrap up the series in Lucknow and possibly give Prince Yadav a debut in Chennai. But let's see when 17 June comes in, whether they will be ready to go once again with the same lineup, or make some changes into their playing 11. Thank you so much for watching. This is me, Shubhayan Chakravarti, for Ref Sports from Dharamshala here in Himachal Pradesh.